Hello everyone! Today we are going to test Minisforum MS-A1. So here is the package.
Wait! Where is the Gem12? The machine you were doing everything with?
Well, it failed. After 9 months of use, it doesn't start anymore. The PMIC is weak on this model. AOOSTAR did reply in chat and they will send another machine, but it will take some time. So I did remove my SSD and RAM, and I ordered this MS-A1, and I also bought a CPU, a second-hand one. So let's unbox it. The box is quite heavy and contains two different boxes. One is for the heatsink, a beefy one, and the other is for the main machine. So, let's open the boxes. This one contains the machine, which is in metal, quite a heavy boy. And there's another compartment with a huge power delivery, 240 watts, an HDMI cable and a PSU cable. Let's set up everything. So, first, remove some screws, and I did not read the fucking manual. There's only 2 screws to unscrew, so I'm wasting my time there. So, first you need to read the manual. Then you can open it. There's a tool for it, but as I didn't read the manual, it was with my fingers and it was okay. The CPU part, and everything is well explained in the PDF manual. There's a triangle you must have there on the corner. The writings are all in the same orientation. Then the memory sticks. Nice noise. Then the cooler. So it's not that easy. There's only 1 screw on this side, but you need to align the screw holes in the other side to place 4 more screws, and it took some time to align everything. I suspect that this little SSD cooler is running at full speed anytime. That's bad for the noise. The little cables was not that easy. The first one was okay, a bit hard to push, and the second one is very short. You must place the SSDs. There are 4 positions. We are going to use the 3 and 4 position because these are the ones that works at full speed. So it's on the opposite side of the CPU. Then there's another cooler. This cooler is for the RAM and for the 2 other low-speed SSDs you can have on. There are also some stickers to spread the heat of the RAM sticks. That's the first time I see that. I think it's a good idea. And finally secure it with 2 more screws. Here we are, that's done. On the first start, I needed to get into the BIOS, and the BIOS is cute, but there's not much things in it. I wanted to get rid of the noise at idle, so I get into the hardware monitor, and you will see there's 3 fans, but even if I put in quiet mode, one of the fans is always at the top speed. Hard drive is okay, that's the one. and we are going for Windows, the previous installation. So Windows detected that it's a new hardware, so it did something, and then he restarted the machine, a full restart. Here I'm in real time, and you will see it's some time to get through. All the point was to get my previous Windows to work, and it restarted. So Windows is loading now. We're getting somewhere, and it's done. Great. Here is all my profiles, everything. So my Windows is up and running, all my apps, all my licenses, all my data are there. Perfect. Performance are on par with the older machine, so it's great. But SSD fan is always at full speed, even in quiet mode. As you see, it's a bit boring to hear that noise. USB-C display, I couldn't make it to work even with a firmware update and 3 different devices. So I miss my third display, especially when I'm doing some video editing. So that's it. Some comparison. So what should you buy? If we put all the features, you can see that the CPU should be a little more powerful, because it can provide 4.7 GHz on all cores that the 8845 cannot do. The integrated GPU is a little more speedy, 2.9 GHz, but the RAM speed is better on the GEM12. On the form factor side of things, the GEM12 is smaller and lighter. On the USB ports, it's better on the GEM12 because the USB-C is working fine. The Wi-Fi is better on the Minisforum because we have Wi-Fi 6E. And for the video output, let's say we are on the same territory. DisplayPort 2.0, I don't know what it provides more. I'm okay with 1.4. Second page, so about the NVMe. You have 4 NVMe slots in the Minisforum machine, but only 2 are 4x4. So yeah, let's say it's a little better. You also have a hard drive bay inside the Minisforum for a U2 Slim drive, but those kind of drives are quite expensive. I don't know who would use that. Maybe if you can find one on second hand, I don't know. But the GEM12 is more silent. The BIOS is full of features, and it's easier to carry on the go, especially because the Minisforum power supply is really huge. On the upgradability side of things, you can change the CPU on the Minisforum because it's an AM5 socket, so you can go for 7900 or 9900, but you need to respect 65 watts. I did some tests and benchmarks. I had to take Ryzen Master because on the core temp we couldn't see the consumption, and when I'm running the test, you can see I'm reaching 65 watts, which is standard for this machine, so everything's okay. Of course, the machine is noisier when benchmarking, but that's not the point. I want a silent machine when it's idle, and this is not the case with this one. About Crystal Disk Mark, I wanted to verify that I had 4x4 speeds, It's the same drive, but 9 months later, and now it's almost full, so we cannot compare one-to-one there, but it's okay for me. Then I did Geekbench 6 benchmark with 2600 points in single score and 12,000 in multi-core. So it's about the same CPU class, 12,000 in multi-core, and we can compare it to other CPUs if you really want more performance. We are there at about 12,000 points, which is about what you will get on a desktop machine with a i5 14400 or a Ryzen 5 7600. If you want really more, you need more cores, for example on 7900 or 9900. There you start to get really more performance. Keep in mind you need to have a processor that will be okay with about 65 watts. You can do that even with a high-end CPU. You can get it to run in lower speed, but it will start to be very expensive. As you can see, it doubles the price of the machine. So you can do it, but keep in mind you will lose the great iGPU for a basic one. If you need a great performance from the start, you can buy the newly released Minisforum MS-A2, which is great for a home lab because it has two 10GB SFP+, a built-in PCIe, but only 8 lanes are connected. It's of course for a slim card, it's a small box. But you will get 16 cores of either the 79 or 9955HX. Keep in mind too that you won't have any DisplayPort, just one HDMI and no Oculink. Let's hope the USB-C with DisplayPort works this time, and it's a great machine for virtualization. In conclusion, on the Minisforum MS-A1, if you need a ton of storage, remember 2 slots are lower speed. If you don't care too much about USB-C display, because mine doesn't work, so I don't know. If you don't care too much about fine noise at idle. If you prefer a desktop CPU configuration, and if maybe you want to be upgradable to a 16-core CPU, that's doable. On the Gem12, it has only 2 SSD, not that bad, and you can still add external USB SSD. It has fast SSDs. If you care more about a USB-C display, I can say it works. If you need a really quiet machine on your desk, when it's idle, it's barely audible. If you prefer a smaller, lighter form factor, and if you don't care about CPU upgradability, the 8845HS is a really great processor. On the reliability side of things, keep in mind that those brands, Minisforum and AOOSTAR, are not top-of-the-line brands like Lenovo, HP, Dell. So look at Reddit, you can see that some people like me did have problems with that kind of machines. Anyway, if this video was useful to you, please leave a like, a comment. I hope it can be useful to choose the machine you need. And until the next video, stay cool, stay cool.